Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning. What's going on? All right, let's go ahead and get started here. Good morning, everybody. Today is the 18th of November. Let's go ahead and start here with the ES futures, and then we're going to briefly talk about BAGS, Tesla, BYND, and Twilio, and maybe a few others here like the SPY and the QQQ. I do feel that's important. So let's go ahead and start here. If you have a hard time seeing, just give it a few minutes. All these different sites take a few seconds to minutes to recalibrate and get you a clearer picture, okay? All right, so first things first, on the ES futures, you can see we pushed up nicely into the red box. What's crazy is here we are again, a second week where we are literally just kind of sideways action after a nice little pop. And we created a little bit of supply up here. Price is pushed into here. One thing to note, I'm going to zoom in here so you can see this a little bit more clear. This pivot high, we made a new pivot high this morning, so that's a good thing. We pushed up over this. We really need to hold, and I've been saying this since the beginning, 36.15 and a half. Okay, 36.15 and a half. If price can hold this level on open this morning and take out the pre-market high, then look for a move into 36.33 and a half, where I would expect a little bit of resistance. If we can hold this red box tonight, there is a higher probability that we can gap up into the trendy edge, which is at or around 36.49 and 3/4. Okay, so 3649.75. This is resistance until proven otherwise. And then, of course, we have the double top right here. Okay. To the downside, yesterday I did take this trade. I took it from the green box. All you had to do is just wait for it to come in, look for buyers, take it over the reclaim, and then up we went. This was a nice trade from 35.90, and you could see that it pushed very nicely into 36.19. Okay. So this morning, what are we looking for? That green box, matter of fact, we're in a tight range, okay? And I just want to show you. So we have another inside and up here on the 2 hour, but this level here could become weaker if we make a low in here. If for some reason, okay, this here comes down and we make a lower low and here, come back and retest and make lows, I'm short, okay? I'll be looking for this down here, all right? Again, overall, my sentiment though is bullish. Sideways action for right now is definitely chop. So that brings us into looking for names that may be able to run, which leads me into my next name. So BA, we've been in and out of this trade several times. And you can see this is the blueprint. We had this blueprint here. This was the level we were looking for. We got a nice trade into this level. It came back like we expected. Here at this pink level, this is the trendy edge cloud. It came back to this cloud. It pushed up very nicely, moved into this target again. And once we reclaim this target, we hit the back side of the target, 197.94. Notice yesterday, it looks like it came back into that target. What was resistance is now support. You could see that. Price then moved into the 212 area, which was our next target. It pivoted here because it's a good target. And then we have the gap up, 223. Keep this simple. 223 can hold open and we hold above that 10 to 30 minutes. Look for 227, possibly 232, and then I would expect it to start to come down here a little bit and maybe retest this level here, this inside and up. All right, so again, 10 to 30 minutes on open, right? If you're not patient enough, I'd be looking at starters to just in case we want to pull back into this level here where this 9 EMA is. Very important right here. Okay, so the top of this wick and the bottom of here could be a buying area, just like I showed you on the ES yesterday. Don't have to buy it. You can wait, see if the bulls want it. If they reclaim above this level, then I'd be looking to take the trade to the upside. Okay. And you can see some pattern recognition in here. Likes to do its thing, right? So again, levels for BA 223.09, important. And then right down here around 215.70. All right, I would set alerts in both these areas. So that's very easy, especially if you're using Thinkorswim at or below. And then I'm going to put one, well, we already know we're above here at 223. Okay. Let's go ahead and move on. We're going to take a look at GS. All right, GS is, we're messing around here. GS is above our box. We've been sitting here waiting forever, right? Trying to see if this thing could break out. It came down into the trendy edge here at this yellow line at 219.65. It went bid. This is the reason why I didn't sell it yesterday. It keeps coming up to my level where I'm waiting for it to break, and then it doesn't want to get above there. If it can hold over this 225.85 or so, I'm looking for the move into 229 to 232 by the end of the week. Now it is Wednesday. We only have 3 trading days left. Understand the theta will get kicked starting, today in the afternoon into tomorrow. Very important. All right. All right, so my levels here on GS, I'd like to see it over 225.85. Needs to hold this top line here, okay, right around 223.90. That's GS. All right, let's go into the next one, Tesla. All right, so here we are, Trendy Edge giving it a little bit of issues here, right? So we came into the green box. I showed this yesterday. This is where you want to be buying. We go over to the weekly. You can see that. This is the bigger picture of Tesla. Buyers here. Pushed up nicely into the trendy edge. Went underneath any of my lines, look for it to be resistance until it's not. Once we can reclaim above 454 and a quarter, I would set an alert. Just like any other resistance spot, the more it hits it, the more it breaks it down. Be looking to see if we can hold above that level. Sometimes it takes about 3 times before we can do that. Okay, right there. And then once it gets up here, then I'd do a tighter stop. If I take equity, I'll probably use like a $7 to $10 stop. I'm still looking for a move in a 481. I was looking for 500. I'm not sure that's going to happen this week. It could, right? We still have 3 days left. I may need to buy a little bit more time on Tesla. Okay. So as long as 436 holds, looking for that 456 level. 456, we hold a base above there on the daily. We could see a gap up and possibly see 480 to 500 this week. All right, let's go ahead and look at Beyond. All right, here's Beyond. It came down into a neutral. I want you to look at the bigger picture first. We have a big inside and down, and we have this 9 EMA that is attached really right to the trendy edge. Let's go into a smaller picture. All right, so this is my setup. Very straightforward and neutral. It was wide. We want to give it a little bit of room. See how it came down and it tested the bottom of this box? I don't want to be buying on the first entry here. I want to see if the bulls can actually reclaim. They do get above the 9 EMA on a 4H. This was hit pretty hard on some news and ER. What I'm looking for is to see if it can get above these pivots and a possible move into 137 and back to the trendy edge, which I showed you on the weekly, is also confluent with a 9 EMA. So we could see some resistance right in this area. Okay. So again, if we can get above these pivots at or around 132.5, we do have a possible move into 137 and possibly 140, 147. All right, next one here is TWLO. All right, so here's TWLO. It came into our edge support here. We're looking for a move all the way up here. It needs to take its time, right? It needs to breathe a little bit. It's at 288. It's up a tad. It needs to hold this level here when I give this to you, 281.78. As long as we hold this and hold that 9 EMA, I'm looking for a move in at 295 and then into 305. The bigger picture is I want to see it up here at around 330 in the next several weeks. It could happen in 1 week, 2 weeks, I don't know. ATR though is at 30 bucks and current price is at 288. All right, so there's TWLO. All right, so I want to end this by just showing you really quick on the SPY and the QQQ. Some people get a little, um, they're not really into trading the futures. I try to explain to you over and over. You can just use the ES blueprint that I send out. So for about every 10 points, you're looking at $1 in the SPY. Okay, but here are the levels on SPY. We've come into some resistance. You can see here for supply and demand traders, you can see that level here. But the trendy edge is already identifying an area where sellers are. And you can see every time we come up to the trendy edge, it is resistance. Same thing as I'm showing you on the ES. We hit that resistance. Now we're just kind of digesting that move. All right, and so the bigger level that we need is going to be at 362.80. Okay, 362.81. That's the level we need to get above. Short-term support right now using a 2H candle. Okay, we're getting closer to the end of the week, so I'm tightening it up a little bit. We need to hold this level at 361 or the 9 EMA here on the 2 hour. So a dip into this area, buyers come in, it looks healthy above 361, possible move into 362.81. Above there, we could see 364. Let's go ahead and look at the Qs. All right, same thing here. We come up. I've shown you this. Okay. Look how good these levels are. You can see when price is below it, it is resistance. This keeps us, I want you to understand, this keeps us from getting in long. That's what's important about the methodology. It's a if this, then that. The levels are outstanding and they keep you from doing things that are silly. Not all the time. Sometimes we do silly stuff. But here, I have not gone long on the Qs, okay? But if we can get back above here, 294.05, okay, you want to keep and create an alert here at or above. It can be a little bit more above. And then here in the neutral, if we don't take out these pivots down below, again, everything is just noise, okay? Just like that. All right, so that's your Qs, the SPY. I do like the way the Dow is looking over here on the DIA. All right, it's up a little bit. You got BA up. It's above the neutral. If it can hold the 298.5 level to 299, I like this to the upside again for a break at 300.86. Unfortunately, the moves have been kind of happening overnight, and then you wake up on the retail side and you're just watching things go sideways, right? So stay patient, just like we did yesterday. We stayed very nice and patient. We sold some for winners, and the other ones I'm just managing for right now. The core of my positions are further out, anywhere from 60 to 225 days on options. Things like DFIN, right? Okay, DFIN's a very nice trade. My plan on this for today is most likely I'm going to sell the in the money calls I have, and then I'll be looking to start buying some out of the money, okay, for just as long. So if I come over here into my monitor and go into my long-term positions, I have DFIN in the money and they expire 150 days out, okay? So let's go to the weekly. This is what it looks like. This is what made me get into it. Nice push. I'm looking for 1973, 22, and honestly, all the way back to 31. So I may start buying, more like 20s, 1920s, and then even further out buying this trendy edge up here at 30, just depending on how far these go out. All right. Again, for me, I'm trying to get a max size position in there that I'm comfortable with, but I really like this defend. Okay. Anyways, I hope you guys have a great day. Good luck to you, and we'll see you here shortly. If you have any questions, please reach out to me. Give me a like, give me a retweet. Also, if you're interested, go to TrendyTrading.co for any questions that you may have. We do have a very nice, informative website that can give you the information most likely that you're looking for.